My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of the 2007 movie Joshua. And I didn't know anything about this movie, and it's frustrating. It's a painfully mediocre movie. But let's begin by talking about the cast. And Sam Rockwell is the best part of this movie. I thought he did everything he needed to so incredibly well, and he just has very natural charisma to carry a movie like this, and I was impressed. Vera Farmiga, I'm a big fan of as an actress. I think she's great in Orphan. I think she's great in the Conjuring movies. But here, I feel like she is given so little to work with, and it just feels like a very one note performance. I was honestly not too impressed with her here, but I blame the script more than I blame her. Jacob Coogan, I thought, did a perfectly fine job. He gives a typical creepy kid performance. It's not an all-timer, but he's fine enough here. Celia Weston, I thought, did a pretty decent job. There was one scene, well, her and Sam Rockwell get into it, and I thought she was great in that one moment. But yeah, decent job. Dallas Roberts, I thought, did a fine job. I wish he stood out a bit more, but he's not bad. And there was one character, and I was just thinking to myself, who is this? It's actually pissing me off. It's on the tip of my tongue, and I looked it up, and it's Michael McKean. Chuck from Better Call Saul, and I thought he did a perfectly fine job. So the cast is a bright spot of this movie. I think my biggest issue is that it's just another typical evil kid horror movie. It is nothing new. And when I look at this very specific subgenre, there's movies like The Omen, which is amazing and much better than this movie in every possible way. There's also Orphan, which to be fair came out in 2009, but I feel like it did this kind of story much better. Then there's We Need to Talk About Kevin, which is more of a drama, but and it came out 2012, and I think it does this kind of story much better. There's also The Prodigy, which came out 2019, to be fair, but I think it did this kind of story much better. So, if I'm ever in the mood for this kind of story, I don't think I'd ever go back to this one. I don't think there's anything here that really allows it to stand out and to feel fresh and to feel new. And I still think the movie is fine. It's very slow, but it does get better. Um, I think the last act is kind of when it picks up because the dad and son are playing these mind games against each other, and for a little bit I was just like, okay, I'm getting really into this movie. Like, there even seems to be some nice dark comedy. But then the last 10, 15 minutes of the movie just completely ruins everything. The dad, who was seen to be a pretty smart and decent guy up until this point, just suddenly becomes a complete buffoon, and he makes every stupid decision to the point where it completely took me out of the movie. Like, it becomes so apparent what the son is trying to do, and he just makes every wrong decision, and not in an effective, believable way, in a way that just took me out of the movie completely. So when we get to the ending, it's nowhere near as effective as it should be, because you just watch this movie and you think to yourself, well, this was so avoidable. And also, it's an hour and 45 minutes long. Yeah, cut this movie down to 80, 85 minutes. It is definitely too long. So I didn't hate this movie. It's engaging enough, and there are some moments that really stand out. Some of the performances are really good, but I just don't think it's anything new. It's not all too effective, and the last 15 minutes really put a sour taste in my mouth. So I'm going to give Joshua a 5 out of 10. Okay, have you seen Joshua? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.